Hi, my honeys, and welcome to today's episode, which is the third installment in our Emotional Frequency Scale series. If you have not watched the first two parts of this series, I would strongly advise that you stop this one and first go and watch those for a solid foundation in terms of what I will be sharing today. Because in today's episode, we are finally starting to discuss all of the emotional states that are in the positive frequency spectrum. So in our previous installment, I left off at discussing how powerfully important the neutral states are for resetting our polarization. If we have previously been very negatively polarized, inclined, in other words, to be more pessimistic, inclined, in other words, towards low feeling states, then spending some time in the neutral emotional states helps to reset that automatic inclination to where we start leaning slowly more towards the positive end of the spectrum. The very highest of the neutral states is where we are holding hope. We're actually starting to feel just a little braver, starting to believe in possibilities. That bravery is the emotional state of courage, the first of the truly positive emotional frequencies. We feel courageous because we're actually starting to dance around the edges of our personal power. Because of that, it's easier for us to be positive, both mentally and emotionally, to feel a greater sense of overall optimism and positivity. What opens this up for us is the mental state of holding curiosity, where we start asking ourselves and the universe, what might be possible? What could I do? What can I do? How could this be solved? I wonder why. The state of curiosity leads us very naturally to the next highest rung of the positive spectrum. This is the state of responsibility. Responsibility is the first emotional state that is actually able to hold some personal power. Our response ability, in other words, our ability to respond by choice, is held in the emotional state of responsibility. And we are able to access it and remain there because we're starting to take initiative. That is the natural outworking of the state of hope and courage and positivity and curiosity. We begin to take initiative because we feel like we can. One of the reasons why we can, because we are finally accessing a state of trust. All trust begins with our ability to trust ourselves, to know that we have the wherewithal, the stability, the strength, the wisdom, the experience, and the courage to deal with whatever may come. Because look, we got ourselves this far, didn't we? When we trust ourselves, it's so much easier to trust others because we know that we are able to survive whatever they may bring. And that goes all the way to life itself and our ability to trust our journey, that we have taken on challenges that we are equal to. The state of trust arises from finally feeling safe, emotionally safe, safe inside our own skins, safe to be ourselves, because we're no longer shaming ourselves, hating ourselves, rejecting ourselves, suppressing emotions we've judged as wrong, like anger and pain. We're finally living a little, feeling safe to be ourselves. The state that is a rung above trust is that of empowerment. Why are we able to start accessing more and more true empowerment? Well, because finally we're being authentic. Even if it's just a little, and that's still growing, we are finally truly being who we are. Because none of us are our wounds. None of us are our traumas. None of us are the unhealed parts of our psyche. None of us are our instinctive reactions. None of us are our suppressed emotions or their expressions. So we can only truly be authentic once we've gotten at least halfway up the positive emotional state spectrum, from this place of authenticity and empowerment. A place where we're more aware and more conscious. We start beginning to access enlightenment. So many aha moments and synchronicities. So much starts being perfectly obvious, coming to light, revealing itself to us, and just naturally working out with more flow, more harmony, and more grace. We are now finally more connected to the truth. And it is from that connection that we can start to access the state of true gratitude. In the state of gratitude, we are able to recognize just how blessed we are in all the wonderful and beautiful ways, as well as the ways in which all the dark, low, and negative things were blessings in disguise. Experiences that have molded and shaped us into the amazing, strong, light, and capable beings that we are today. And that minus those experiences, we would not be the people that we have finally learned to like, love, and respect a little. When we are grateful in this manner, when we recognize the blessings, what that is, my honey, is the state of true peace. Inner peace. The peace that defies understanding. No matter what is taking place outside of ourselves, our inner peace and harmony remains stable. This inner peace is the state of all is wellness, where whatever comes, we know it's for us, even if we can't see how in the moment. We know it's yet another blessing in disguise. We know that it's right and perfect. And all our exercises in mental torture are over. This is the emotional state of freedom. What a high, blessed, and wonderful vibration that is. And it comes from a soul, a psyche that is healed, more healthy, and more whole. Above freedom lies the emotional state of joy. Unrelenting, unmitigated joy. The joy of life itself. Simply being here, having this experience, being breathed, getting to live this life and express ourselves. This joy comes from accessing the energy of life itself, the love that birthed all of this. And it leads us to the even higher state of bliss. Bliss is where we recognize that life, light, truth, and love is divine. And so are we. We have connected to our core, our personal power, and the source of it. However we define divinity, when we can access that state of universal love, unconditional, overwhelming, overpowering, incredibly beautiful love. And we see that love in everyone and everything, most especially in ourselves. This love leads us to our true and complete authenticity, who we are in our essence. And that, my honey, is the state of ineffability, beyond understanding, beyond words, beyond knowing, the just isness. And we can learn how to climb the rungs of positive emotional states to reach that final goal, our home, the state we in truth have never left. It is the state of the light. I hope that what I have shared with you about emotional frequency states will be a blessing, ongoing for you. Much love.